Hello, hello, beautiful Lovitarians. Would you like to talk to animals? If you are interested in that topic, then you are definitely in the right place. Today, we will talk about how to communicate with our pets, with animals, how to do it in the quantum field. And I have a fabulous guest with me here today, but before I bring her in, before I bring the real Dr. Dolittle, I have something else that I want to ask everybody to do. The Lovitarian Way podcast, okay, the theme for 2022 is freedom. And we know what is happening in the world right now. We are observing it. Some of us are getting stressed about it. Some of us are living in fear because of the situation in Ukraine and in places when there's conflict. So what can we do as Lovitarians? Well, do you believe in the power of intention? Do you believe in the power of prayer, quantum prayer? If you do not, then hold on. I'm going to show you something and I'm going to encourage you to now take a moment and spend a few minutes with me and really focus on peace, focus on whatever we want there to happen in the world, not focus on a conflict, but focus on peaceful resolution, on freedom for all beings that suffer. Okay, so we're gonna do a little meditation together, just 1-2 minutes. But before we do it, I want to show you something for your mind, so your mind can really grasp the science of quantum prayer and why it matters that you do it. Also, why I want us to do it right now, because right now in the world, thousands of people at this moment in time at 6 o'clock Madrid and 9 o'clock PST, it's in different time zones more or less happening at the same time. They are meditating and praying peace for Ukraine, okay? And I'm going to show you now something very interesting. Look at this slide here. There is a phenomenon called the Maharishi effect. The scientists, they measure what happens when people get together at the same time in different places in the world, but they are focused on a prayer, they are focused on intention. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Before we go into this beautiful, fabulous topic on animals, I want us all to understand that if we choose, few thousands of us, if we choose to meditate and see peace in the world, and we will just be very quiet, we will be calm, we will be breathing, and we'll be visualizing peace on earth, all of us here collectively, it will influence the quantum field. And scientists have calculated with almost 8 billion people in the world, only 1% of 8 billion is what? 80 million people. Square root of 80 million people, it is 8,888 people. If 8,888 people meditate on this intention of peace at the same time, it will have an effect and it will start creating results. There have been experiments done on Israel and, different places in the world when there was crime and conflict, and by scientific devices, it's been measured and the crime has dropped. There was peaceful resolution to all sorts of issues in the world. So I definitely want to encourage all of those beautiful souls that are present here, and there are quite a few of us here. So hello, everyone. Let's go into 1 minute, just 1 minute meditation. And I want to encourage you to do it every day at 6 o'clock. If you can do it every day at 6 o'clock, there are thousands of people that are doing it at 6 o'clock Madrid. So 5 o'clock in London, 9 o'clock PST, 12 noon in New York, right? At the same time, for 10 minutes, if we are going to be meditating, seeing peace, you can visualize, you can visualize light falling on Ukraine. You can visualize the hearts of Mr. Putin and other leaders of the world lighting up. You can do whatever you want as long as you focus on praying peace, okay? So without further ado, let's do this. I'm going to show you this slide. I'm going to put the timer on, and I will ask you all to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. I'm putting a timer on. Hold on. 1 minute. Yeah. So sit comfortably. take a deep breath and close your eyes and start visualizing that wherever there is conflict in the world, let's focus on Ukraine right now, there is peace. We are praying peace, harmony, happy people, freedom. I'm going to leave you with this for 1 minute. I'm not going to talk. You just breathe and use your mind's eye and see what it is that you would like to happen. Thank you. Let's just do it. Thank you very much. And there you go. It's just been 1 minute. So I want to remind you every day at 6 Madrid, 5 o'clock London, 9 a.m. Pacific, and 12 noon in New York, if you can take 10 minutes and focus on praying peace, peaceful resolution for, well, conflict in Ukraine right now, it will definitely help. Absolutely, it will help. And it is a scientific fact. And now, without further ado, I am going to ask our beautiful guest, Maja.
Hello.
There she is. Hello, Maja Brexel, the real Dr. Dolittle. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Hello, Natalia. Hello to everyone.
Yes, guys, girls, whomever is here, please show us your name. Give there is a, next to this video, there should be a little text that gives permission to StreamYard to show your name. If you don't see that text anyway, and you would like to ask questions to Maja or myself, just make a comment and say Katrina or Lucy or whatever, and ask your question or say hello to us, okay? Just do that and we will definitely answer your questions. So my guest, Maja, she is quantum hypnotist. She is a psychotherapist. She had worked with people, she worked with animals, she had seen magic and miracles with both humans and animals. Maja, tell us a little bit about how your quantum journey started. Why are you in this field? Before you even go into animals, tell us a little bit about the beginning and then go into animals, please.
Okay. Everything started with me around in the beginning of my years of the 20 of my years that I started it, because quantum also belongs to all the spiritual realm. So it started all around the beginning of my 20s, and it actually went from there, and every information I got, it just made sense to me. It was nothing was really all there. It was just making sense to me. It was just being normal to me. And it started with people, they talk in different ways, and I could feel them. I had emotions from them which were not mine, and that just went along. And then I started to hear angels and to talk to them. And then I was a lady, she actually gave me the name of my guardian angel, and I talked to him, and he's really hilarious and very funny. And even when I'm at the dentist, he makes me laugh. It's really nice. And with this, it started, and it was always just normal. There was nothing unusual. So, and I worked with people, then I became an occupational therapist. And the first question people ask, what's an occupational therapist doing? Helping people on every level. And from there, I went to UK. I went to live in Dubai and practice there. And then I came to beautiful Spain, and all along the way. And there was at some stage, universe gave me hypnosis, because with the occupational therapist, yes, it was good and really helpful, but it wasn't 100% me. And I wanted to find my purpose in life, my soul purpose. And then universe said, hypnotherapy, hypnosis. And that was it. from that, there was nothing else. There's nothing else in this world I want to do different, or I want to do more. I'm using this tool. And I started, first of all, sure, with humans, with people. And not only this tool, I have a wide range. I really have a lot of wisdom, a lot of what I can put to make people's life different. I always say, don't change your life. Changing is all so heavy. Just make a difference. Make it different, make it more beautiful, make it more bright, make it more shiny. And I take the people, I pick them up where they are and bring them to a level. And whatever it takes, I have a lot of in my toolbox, which I use. And from there, and when I finished the hypnotherapy, there was this lady actually in my village. She said, can you hypnotize my dog? He always barks when I leave the house. And then the journey started to find out a way to talk to animals, because when you want to use hypnosis as a tool, you need to be able to talk to the person. Normally, that's the general idea, the person who is in front of you. So my goal was it from there then to talk to the animals, and the quantum realm leaves it to. The quantum realm leaves it to everything. If you want to talk to past life aliens, if you want to talk to, or extraterrestrials, if we call them. And there I like to tell the story that people think there are none and they don't know about them. There are actually extraterrestrials. They don't know about us as a human race.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. So, and it started all from there, that it just piled up, so to say. And then I found my real life purpose, my soul purpose was to work with humans and people and make their life different, because we are all one. Yes. You know, when you have a bad day, please get up. You affect us also. Yeah. You know? So
well, I'm glad that you hold on. I'm glad that you say that, because some of the people that have been listening for a while, they know about the 4 pillars of the Lovitarian ways, which I received in meditation. And pillar 2 is all about we are one. We are all connected in the quantum field, and what you do actually does matter. That's why we did this meditation and prayed peace, because it does matter. So, okay, Maja, fascinating, but I'm sure that people, I mean, we have quite a few people. Joe, even from Wisconsin here.
Yes,
first time. Hello.
Yes, really nice.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. So I want to ask you, because they want to know, you know, so I have those animals, I have those dogs, cats, cows, whatnot. So how would you advise that people begin the process, right? Because that's what I'm sure they're interested in. How?
Yes, they just go on my website. It's www.TheRealDoctor with a DR.
Oh, we got it.
Little.com. Thank you for that. That's my website. And there are many ways. Either you contact me, you call me, or you go over my quantum hypnosis website, because I named it, because I invented it. I brought it into this world, so I was able to name it. Good. So I named it Quantum Animal Hypnosis, so the people can look from the Dr. Dolittle website. They get there, and then they get in contact with me, and then they can see what is actually possible, and from all over the world. Because people ask, oh, do I have to bring my horse? No, you don't have to bring my horse or your horse, because the animals are never present at the session.
So hold on. So animals don't have to be there.
No, that means if Jojo from Wisconsin, hi, if you have an animal you would like me to talk to, and you give me your questions, or if you have an issue, your animal stay in Wisconsin, you just send me on communicate, and we talk before I send you questions, and then I do it from here, because I don't need to have your animal with me, because that is the quantum realm. I just go up into the quantum realm and just take it from there. If it's a koala, because they were so blazed by the fire, or is in Australia, or if we go to America, or wherever the animals are, I never see them physically. I don't have to see them, because they are never present at my sessions. But for that, I can work worldwide with any animal. If it's from private people, or if it's organization, for example, zoo or oceanographical, because if it's air, water, or land, any animal I can talk to in the quantum realm.
That's fantastic. So what would you, I mean, obviously people will go on your website and they will get in touch, but now this podcast is to give them some guidance. So how would you advise people that they begin if they're interested to learn themselves? What could they do? I mean, any advice?
No, because I don't teach.
Okay.
Okay, I just invented it. It took me 4 years
4 years.
we know.
Okay, people, then
Yeah.
maybe contact Maja.
Yes, it is really advice to get in contact with me. It is not so trivial to work in the quantum realm, because in the quantum realm we talk about energies. There are beautiful light color energies, but there are also the opposite. Yeah. And it takes also, because you have to have safety features installed when you go into the quantum realm. It is not so trivial. I always say, don't do this at home.
That's right. I'm glad you said that, because the quantum field is filled with all sorts of beings and frequencies, right?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe Maja, for people who don't understand what quantum field really is and how it works, how is your understanding? Could you tell us a little bit about it so people have an idea how you do it? Maybe you guide us through your process more or less, so they have an understanding what will happen if you get in touch with Maja, and how will that be?
Yes. First of all, I always say you don't need to understand, because I know that's all it's needed. It's like, you cannot explain to me exactly how Wi-Fi works, but you're using it. Okay, so the how is really not really important. Important is to know that you can imagine the quantum realm as a, in the old days when we do the telephone calls, there were ladies, they stick to connect us.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Just imagine that as an operating room. Okay? So when I now go into the quantum realm, I just take intentionally what you said before, the intention to go there and to talk to your animal, for example, but also to angels and to, as I said, whoever is people who are alive and are not here, or people who have passed away, because they are souls. Their bodies have passed away, but the consciousness, the soul, is still there to connect to talk to. So that is actually, yeah, I see it. I explain to the people it like this operating room, that they understand, and how it really works. It is not so important. I do my work, and that's important that I know how to do it and how I work with it.
Yeah, continue.
And how I work with it. I haven't yet put it down that I can teach it. That will come a little later. Yeah, but first of all, now I'm the only one person working with this method of quantum animal hypnosis. And now I would like to use it for a while for myself, for the people, for the good of all the people and the animals. And then one day I come to it. I have an institute of quantum hypnosis over this channel or this canal, so to say. I will teach it at some stage, but for now I will just use it.
You're a young woman, there is a long path ahead, and there is a growth and evolution, of course. So exciting for you and exciting for all of us. That would be really great to actually learn once you are offering that service. But for now, so it is a lot based on understanding, really. Okay, you say you don't understand, but let's be also frank. A lot of people need to understand at least a little bit. So that's basically quantum physics that we're talking about here. Everything is connected, everything is energy, and in this field of energy you are able to connect, as you said, like the operators. You are able to find the right souls, so to speak, right?
Yes, I just call them and they come. I just go there, so to say, sit there in this operating room, and I just call them and they will come. Because the owner, I cannot do it, I don't do it when the owner gives me the okay. I need the okay from the owner. Yeah, or for the carer, for example, if there is like in an animal shelter, yeah, I take the okay and I take it from there, and the animals do come. I call them and they do come.
And of course, somebody can say, it's BS, how can it be true? But I believe that people will recognize, right, those animals, because those animals will start giving some things that you couldn't possibly know, I suppose, no? Or how is it?
Yes, yes. And the thing is, you can choose when you're an owner or a carer or a rider or a trainer to come to me and take part in this experience personally. So that means while I'm talking to the animal, whoever is with me is going to imprint into the animal. So it is, when it is possible, I advise to take part in this experience, to come to me or I come to you, whatever it takes, because that is so out of the ordinary, so absolutely wonderful to imprint in the animal and to feel. And while I am talking to the animal, the person who is with me have different kind of experiences. They smell, hear, taste. I had a lady, she came for a cat because he was biting the owners. But the cat said, I'm only doing it in the kitchen because there is this machine and it's just a black hole and dark. So it was actually that the cat was scared of the dishwasher. So now I had to explain a dishwasher to a cat, what it does. Yes. And when the lady, after the session, she said, while the cat said dishwasher, I could see this dark metal and I had a metal taste in my mouth. So the people who come here and take part in this experience will have different kind of experiences, very wonderful ones.
Okay, so can you give us, actually, that's great to give us some examples of what you helped with and how you help rehabilitate or communicate with animals. Go for it. As many examples as you can. People love stories.
Okay, we very much have rescue animals. A lot of us have rescue animals, and there's a rescue animal. He was a dog, quite happy that he found a new owner. But when this new owner, she left the house, he was standing at the door, howling and crying until the owner came back. While I'm actually the first connected and talked to him, he was literally crying. I said, where are you? He said, I'm in front of the door. I said, what are you doing? He said, the owner's name, she's gone and I'm waiting for her to come back. He was literally crying. And so I worked with him and I asked him, where does that come from? I said, where was you before? He was with the family. They put him in the car, opened the door, kicked him out and left him. I said, how did it make you feel? Lonely. So an animal tells you the emotion loneliness. Okay. Then he was taken to an animal shelter until this lady picked him up. And now he had these abundancy issues. Because now he had this feeling every time the owner goes away, he would be left alone. And even though the husband was in the house, it didn't make a difference. He was standing at the door. So now what I do, I cannot make it go away that they kicked him out of the car. But what I do, I work with the emotion attached to it. So when he was fearful in the animal shelter, felt loneliness. So to have fear and loneliness from an animal, what I do, I ask the animal first, how does that make you feel? Is it a good feeling or not a good feeling? It's not a good feeling. Are you willing to give that up? Yes, please take it away. And then I developed a technique that I do take this away. And every time I take something away, you're 100% now. So I take something away, no matter if it's good or bad, negative or positive, it doesn't matter. Or I say less than positive. When it's less than positive, whatever I take out of, I take from 100%, let's say 25%, I take away. Now I ask him to give it to me, and I have to take it away of all levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, astral, ether, information from the cells, the aura. I have to take it away from all levels there are. So now I have taken it away. Now whatever it inhabited a space in the body, I have to heal it. So for that, Archangel Raphael does the healing.
And then you were talking about Archangel Raphael.
Yeah. Archangel Raphael, I asked him, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael are working. I am allowed to work with them. Let me put it this way. So he comes for the healing, and I say to the animal, enjoy the healing and let me know when it's done. And you can really get that they really enjoy the healing, and then they say, yes, it's done. And then I fill them up to make them 100%. And they said, like, what do you want to fill yourself up with? Cookies and wiggling my tail more. And that is really nice. So doing this different kind, I took away the emotion. He had the emotions. And now he doesn't have to sit in front of the door anymore because it was never his choice. He was triggered by these negative emotions. Now he doesn't have it anymore. And now he doesn't have to sit because the trigger is not there anymore.
Perfect. Look, Joe has a question here. Can you see it?
Yes. Hello, Joe. Yes, I can do that. I can talk to animals who passed away.
Beautiful. So, Joe, if you would like to help with that, just contact Maja through her website. Here it is, or you can contact her through Facebook. You know, there's lots of ways. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that question, Joe. Anybody else? If you have any questions, just type them in the comment box, please. Okay, so that was cats.
Yes.
What other examples can you give us?
When there was a dog, he always followed the owner. If the owner gets up, goes into the kitchen. The dog gets up, goes into the kitchen. The owner gets up, goes into the salon. The dog gets up. So it was never a quiet and peaceful living environment. And when we have animals, we want it beautiful. We want it peaceful and quiet and harmony. So this distracted so much, and it was a stress factor. And the owner asked me to take it away. And when I take away unwanted behavior, I always have to have 3 sessions. Because the first time when I take it away, the animal has to live with his new me, as with his new I, with his new being, without living without fear. So I made a deal with this animal. I said, look, now we do the following. I do not want you not to walk anymore with her, not at all, but every second time. So I made a deal with the animal that he was only going up every second time the lady stood up. And the next time he came and he put it perfectly into action, I asked him to fully let it down. And now he can just stay on the couch and not have to go and walk after the owner. And that's so beautiful. And it's now peaceful in the house. It's now quiet.
Yeah, beautiful.
There's a lady, she asked me for a treatment for her horse. The lady had a horse farm, and she is also a trainer. She is training dressage and jumping. Yeah. And in this, she had horses were like school horses. And one of her favorite horses, she wouldn't let herself touch on the right side. You could do everything with this horse, but combing the mane, it was such a stress factor. It was always walk away and shy away. And so it was never, and additionally, she could never ask the school pupils of her riding school to do, after the riding, they clean the horses and bring them into the stable. She could never ask them to do this because this horse was just too nervous and it doesn't let him stop on the right side. And she said, if I can help. I said, yes. She said, shall I bring the horse to you? No, I'm living in a flat. Do not bring your horse, please. That sounds so nice. Because it's not necessary. So I actually asked the horse also, what did it come from? What emotion is behind? Then I start my process with the technique to take it away, heal, fill the horse up, and now you can touch the owner. She can touch the horse on the right hand, something which for years was a stress factor and always an issue is resolved. And now the horse just let it touch very, very beautifully without any issues.
So are those feelings that animals develop, are they coming from these lifetimes, or do they travel through? Do animals also have many lifetimes?
We are all having many lifetimes. If I was told I'm a human having a soul. No, I'm a soul having a human experience.
Yeah.
Now, there are souls who have an animal experiences. That is why I can talk to the animal like you and me, like humans. Additionally, they have their instincts, which we have in a way, but in a different way. Okay. So I have not had the necessity as of yet to go into a past life with an animal. I had only issues residing from the life they had in the here and now.
I believe that animals live much more in the present than humans, no?
Yes. They have a complete different here and now than we,
Concept,
because
yeah.
they don't have this thinking, the monkey mind.
Yeah.
We love it to call the monkey mind. And for that, the healing is, it's stated, no one said ever, no, I don't want it. It's very smooth, very easy, and they are so happy that they do not have to keep these unwanted emotions anymore. But the most important thing is what we learn from the animals. And you see on the wonderful picture Natalia PH made for us when she was announcing, you see me with a white cat. Yeah. This white cat was the ever first animal I was talking to. It was my cat. He passed away 9 weeks ago. So Jojo, I know exactly what your friend is feeling. And I asked him, what can I do better? And it is important, the information they give us. And he said, I want to know when someone comes into our house. He said, I live here. And all of a sudden people coming into the house, and you go like, well, that makes sense. It's like someone is coming into your house because your partner left them in, and you go like, why would you not have told me? So one important message I give to everyone I talk to, and to every speech I'm holding, and to any seminar I'm giving, is tell your animals when people are coming. They want to know. They live with you. The same is, he said, when you leave the house, let me know. And I told this to a couple, and they said, it's actually interesting. We made a video from our cat while we were leaving the house, and our cat was meowing through every single room in our house. I said, for sure. He said, you're in the kitchen. There are people in the house. They go, you come out of the kitchen, all gone. You certainly go into the rooms. Hey, where are you? Where are you? It is the same with the animals. So these two informations were the first informations I got, were very, very important. And I love to share this message. Talk to your animals. They understand you. They understand you exactly in words. Say, look, I'm going out. I'm coming back. I love you. Or today, my friend Blah is coming. Then they can live with that.
Perfect.
And it really helps them.
Yeah, of course. So you need to treat them as conscious beings, yeah?
Exactly, because they are. They are a soul having an animal experience. The same like the consciousness. Every tree, please, before you cut your tree, tell the dryads to go that they can find another home. Yeah. If you build a house, tell the land before what you are going to do. Let them know they're all consciousness. Every stone, we know the power of the stones. So knowing this, that they have a consciousness. Imagine just they're like you and me, except they're having this instinct thing going. Yeah, it is the general idea. Yeah. Okay, you can say verbally, but also we all talk telepathically. Yeah, in the beginning you think when you come to this world, you think, why do I have to talk? It's so difficult to have to move everything and to have, because when we are not in having a physical experience, we don't talk. We just do it telepathically. And perfect. The animals really, really appreciate that because they live with us, right? Our family members, right?
Yeah. Well, and on that note, I have a question that will be probably pushing some sensitive buttons. What do animals think about us eating them?
Well, I haven't asked an animal this as of yet. But
yeah, you haven't heard any complaining or something?
no, I haven't because I haven't spoken to a dead pig or a dead cow or something as of yet. But I say it the same. We have a choice not to do this, okay, not to eat them, okay. But when you have to eat them or you make the choice to do this, at least say thank you to them. Thank you that you died for me. Okay, bless the food it's in front of you. If you, wherever you want to take the blessing from, wherever you want to pull it from, it's your decision. Whatever makes you happy in this. But bless the food, bless anything, bless the vegetables, the herbs, the spices. Say thank you to the sun, to the people who picked them, who work with them, because in this case you calibrate your food also to be very pleasant for your body to take in.
Absolutely.
And the same when you do eat, or if you do eat an egg or any kind of cheese, say thank you to the cow that gave you the milk. And then it is not the best solution, but it is a kind of better than before.
No, I mean, that actually ties into my next questions. Do animals choose? I mean, do they have a will like we do to choose to be in certain circumstances, to be a cat or a pig or a cow? How does that work? Interspecies reincarnation and all of that.
Soul contract. You make a contract before you go. You're in the light, and you make your contract of what experience your soul now needs. And people always, we think, oh, we humans, we are the non plus ultra of reincarnation. It is not. It is very well possible that a soul, after having a human experience, needs an animal experience.
Okay.
It's just us thinking, oh, we are top of notch. Yeah. But that's not the way the soul works. Yeah. It could be that after a very exciting human experience, that the soul now needs a very peaceful and quiet experience, and then chooses to be a fish or something else. It's
So
just us.
it is your experience that we can become an animal after we were a human, because
Yes, because human is,
you know that, but you know that some psychics, they actually say that you cannot be an animal once you are a human, or the other way around. But it's not your understanding.
no, not at all, because it is not, we are not top notch. Why do we put us there? It is, and it's nothing wrong or negative to become, to incarnate then as an animal, because it's what the soul needs, the experience, what the soul needs. That is the most important.
I would argue that a lot of animals are more conscious than some humans, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of humans are not very awakened, and there are very old souls incarnated as cats or horses, right?
Yes, because they now take the experience, the chance of having this experience for whatever reason. And the animal have to be with a human. You know, in the soul contract, it has to always, you know, you find your animal. No, the animal, universe is putting you guys together in one way or the other. And please argue with me. Absolutely, I'm free for an argument on that. The universe is putting us, your dog or your cat is with you for a reason. It teaches you something. Yeah, it's not what you teach the animal always. It's they teach us so many things.
Well, you know, my husband and I, we had the Labrador, which we received him as a puppy, and he was with us for 15 years, and it was a very intense communication within us. He was a great teacher. He told us when he was ready to go, and it was beautiful. A lot of people say, oh my God, terrible, the dog died. But, you know, actually it was ceremonial. It was like a ritual when he was ready to go. We knew he was ready to go. We sent him off. Actually, he was ready. We were not so ready.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because we have this thing we want or need to hold on as long as possible, no?
Yeah.
That's exactly. Very beautiful with your Labrador. And my cat also, he was actually in a hurry because he had the next incarnation standing in line. Because he was really in a hurry.
So I suppose the lesson here is that we need to treat animals as conscious, sentient beings that have the right to live their life, and they are with us for a reason, and just be conscious about their presence and the lessons they bring, right?
Yes, most certainly. Yes, most certainly. And I will tell you two really interesting things. First of all, what we think is normal after you know this information, a papagay, an ara, these beautiful, colorful birds, the big ones sitting in the jungle, a papagay told the owner, when you put perfume on, please do it outside. You put perfume on, you leave the house, I stay in the stink, and my nose is better than yours. And for you, jasmine flower smells really nice, but not for me. And you think like, that makes sense. If you have a dog, don't put hairspray in your hair. Put a mirror outside and spray you there. They smell it so much more intensive and different.
It's the same with sound also, right?
With
the sound?
Yes. When you want really hard, loud music, let your dog out, please. Yeah, because they have a hearing so much stronger. Or a cat or a bird, put them outside. Yeah, choose earplugs or something. Or when you really want it, let them outside for the time being. We think knowing this is normal. When we think about it, it's logical, but we have to put it in practice because now we know. Fantastic. And I'm now telling you a wonderful story.
Tell us.
Being able to talk to animals, I myself opened an animal foundation, but I don't take animals in. No, I'm helping animal rescue all over the world with their most traumatized animals. Mostly called forgotten animals because when they are like 3 years in an animal shelter, you cannot touch them because they had such a traumatic experience. They don't want human touch. Then who is adopting an animal you cannot touch? Additionally, medical care. These animal rescue mostly have issues with financial issues. So they can take the animals to the veterinary, but when there are animals you cannot touch, the veterinary has to come. They have to sedate the animal in order to just make to look at them, what is going on. So it's more money and more stress for the animal. And additionally, it's not healthy for the body to be sedated all the time, or not all the time, but at all. So I work with these animals with my foundation. So animal rescue from around the world can contact me, and my foundation is paying the cost of my work, so to say, with them animals. And there was this animal, and I talked to him. He had like fear of loud noises, yeah, fear of a car door closing or whatever. That was his issue. And I asked him though, how are you? And he said, I'm good, I'm okay, but my hair is messy, but I'm okay. And I was like,
what animal was it now?
It was a dog.
And his hair was messy.
Really. If you go on my mbifa.com website, you can see him, and he is just hilarious looking with his hair all over. And the moment he said that, he said, look, they actually have a sense of themselves. Knowing this now, so much made sense.
But actually, I completely agree with you, because now I remember when we, silly humans, when it was Christmas time or something, we would put like, the Christmas head on my dog or a ribbon, and he was like, take it away. It's not comfortable. It doesn't belong, right?
Yes. It's really nice. And knowing this, I had another, because I'm working with competitive animals. Yeah, because when you have a competitive animal, you buy a new saddle, you pay the jockey and everything, transportation fee, registration fee and everything. But you don't know if there is something from your animal side what can be improved. Now I had this dressage horse, and the owner liked to cut the mane in the front. He says, when I touch the animal, it's really okay. But when I come with the scissors, it goes ballistic. And I explained to him, I said, look, they have a sense of themselves. And this animal said, I don't feel beautiful when they take it away. When he cuts it and I don't want it, I don't feel beautiful. And then he comes to a competition. And all the horses are beautifully, and the hair is really done beautifully of them, the mane and everything. And then you have this horse and finding itself ugly. It's like you're coming in a pajama to a birthday party.
Yeah.
So imagine you have one time a 100% performance possibility of this animal, but this animal is distracted. And when it's just 5% with, I'm not so beautiful, the others are more beautiful, look how I look like, I don't feel good, why do we actually start? Right? And this was so hilarious, but it's good to know that these
Yeah.
animals have this sense of themselves. And
Well,
who would have thought?
of course, and I mean, I'm sure that animals, all our pets, they're exhibiting certain patterns of behavior. So if we really observe and dog is consistently barking, or there is some movement that they are doing, licking obsessively, they are trying to say something, right?
And the best thing is then come to me and let me talk to your animal. Let me ask why. What can we do better? What do you need? And there is also, there was this man, he had an old dog and he wanted to know if it's time to let the dog go. And the dog said, he named him Daddy. Daddy knows when it's time to let me go. And I said to him, how's your food? Food is good, really like everything. I said, is there something you would like to try? He said, Leberwurst. It's like liver sausage. It's like a
Okay.
pate. And I went to the owner. I said, look, he wants liverwurst. And I asked the dog, when do you have it? He says, when I was very little, I have it the first time. He said, and I want it on bread, so I have more to chew and have longer something
Oh.
from it. And then I said it to the owner. It was on a Friday. On Saturday, he went, bought liverwurst, gave it to the dog, and he passed away 2 months later.
Oh, oh, so
So he
cute.
made a wish come true for his old dog just using me and my service. That was so beautiful.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're coming on to 50 minutes. Anybody, if you have any questions, please make sure that you put them in. And if not now, then because there will obviously be this video is going to be on YouTube and Facebook. Somebody's, oh no, there's nothing. We already answered that. Yeah, we will be answering questions later on. But of course, if you want to do it now, that would be much better if we have Maja here. Maja, do you have, oh yeah, I have here something. Do you have any advice, general advice that comes a lot from animals to humans?
Yes. As I said, they are smell and noise, as you said, noise intensive. Take
Yes.
care of that. Take an extra care of that. Take a thought of that. Take this into consideration. Yeah. Talk to them, very important. Tell them everything. Tell them every day you love them. Give them a cuddle because it gives them security. Tell them when people come. Tell them when you go. That's very, very important. Give them as much love as possible. Every dog, if there is a dog doing something wrong, what we think is wrong, any animal, kicking, barking, screaming, peeing, a lot of animals have problems with feces activities. Yeah, a lot of people have issues with that. There's also always something behind these unwanted behaviors. Take it, the vet does the physical part, I do the emotional part, and unwanted behavior are triggered by emotions, by negative emotions, and these animals suffer from these negative emotions. They don't do it because they want it. Cribbing, biting, and windsucking by horses, for example, can cost them their life. Yeah, there are in zoos, for example, animals cannot be exhibited. They have to be kept separate. They can't even be put by their own species. They have self-destroying manners, all these. So if there is any issue with a dog, if it's an organization like an oceanographic or a zoo or private people, come to me. I sort that out. I talk to your animal. And apart from this, love your animal to bits. Yeah. And we all do this when the cat is laying on you. You don't move. You just literally, or the dog, you literally stay like this in an uncomfortable position because you're so happy and thankful this animal is with you. So be wonderful to every animal. And there are people out there who do not so much care for animals. Just don't blame them because they have not learned any different as of yet. Ask them why they are doing it and bring them this way. Don't blame them. Yeah, we have a lot of issues with animals being maltreated as not nicely treated, and because these humans have issues with themselves, yeah, giving it to the animals, or even have learned the behavior from the grandfather. They were trained the animals. Don't blame the people. Bring them just with a normal talk to a different kind of level. Yeah. So be more conscious of the and think of them as humans, as consciousness. Imagine this is a human just living with you. How would you treat them? Treat the animals the same, with love and respect, and talk to them.
Fantastic. So let's finish with one more story. What, maybe, I don't know, what animal shall we talk about? What do you have? Do you have something good? One more?
Yes, I had a lady who came, the cat attack was attacking her because we have birds or cats or this at home, dogs. These are, most of the people have these kind of animals in our environment. And she was just attacking her. And so I took that away. Now she doesn't attack it anymore. And she was coming from Mexico City, a buzzing, humongous town, into Altea and the Costa Blanca, a very quiet place to be. And I was talking to the cat, and this cat said to me, "I'm a good hunter." Okay. I said, "What do you hunt?" She said, "Insects and birds." He said, "What are you doing with the insects and birds?" She said, "If the insects taste nice, I eat it. But birds I don't eat." How beautiful. Yes.
Fantastic. And so,
Yes.
did they
And
ask to be taken hunting? Because I can imagine that if you live in Altea, not so many opportunities.
yes, she was actually, because she lived in my neighborhood, the lady with the cat. Now she moved away, and I walk with my cat like a dog. I have both two cats. We walk like a dog, without a chain, without a leash. They just come where I go, they go. And now the one passed away, and the second one, the little one, now the same. I take her in the car, put her up in the mountain, we walk and come back.
So take them out in nature, right?
Yes. And seeing this lady also started to walk, but she was anxious. And this cat said, "No, it's actually my owner is anxious. I know where I live. I can come back anytime. Please let her know to relax. Because it is us." I had this dog. He was just running to the door all the time. He heard a noise from the neighbor. And the lady said, "He's so nervous." And I asked the dog, "Why are you doing this?" He said, "That's my job. I have to protect my people." So with that also, we think it is nervous or it's a bad behavior, but for them it's just an instinct or a job. They literally have a job. And that's very, very beautiful.
What about animals that go missing? Do they do it on purpose?
Yeah, that depends. When, for example, when they go missing, either they've been taken away, and then they don't find their way home. Yeah, that can be. And when you have, for example, an animal who runs away or just is in the neighborhood looking, and then a car comes, pushes it away, and then something else comes and pushes it away, it can cite that it is out of a radius, that it doesn't, or it takes a while to come back, or they don't find their way back home.
Could you help them find a way if an owner needs to find the animal?
Say that again?
Could you help find an animal if somebody lost the animal?
Yes, they do tell around, they explain to me the environment, how they perceive it. And we already did it with the client to find the animal back. And that is really nice, because then the animal is safe. And that was an accident. It was really pushed away by a shock, by a loud noise, and it just kept further and further away, and it couldn't find its way back. And so it was actually found because of that. And because it explained the environment, and the owner could actually find it back. But there are animals also who will actually run away because they are so, either it's not nice where they are, or they are having really issues. animal shelters are having issues with runaways a lot because they are so traumatized. And most of the animals, because the universe brings human and animal together, there is just a way that they stay together.
Fantastic. Well, on the topic of noise, once per year we have fireworks at New Year's. They don't like it very much, do they?
Not at all. If there's something we humans can take out forever and ever, it's fireworks. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. If you want, they say to make the ghost go away. Yeah. And the negative and everything, but you can do this with intention. You can clap your hands. People say to clear out rooms. You can smudge. If you do not, you're in a hotel room, you cannot smudge because of the fire, the smoke detector. You can even clap. Your intention makes it. Whatever you want in your life, your attention is what counts. What you intend, it's going to happen. Yeah. So if we can take one thing away, please, it's fireworks. Tell your neighbors, because that is something they really are afraid of, these loud noises. They have an enhanced hearing.
Yeah.
These.
Yeah, that I totally agree with you. Well, thank you so much, Maja. Now I'm just going to ask you, how can people contact you? I will put your website, and
Yes.
well, they can get directly in touch right through your website.
Yes. From my website, they can either contact me directly. There is my telephone number on, and also they find the link to the actual method I'm invented, and I named it Quantum Animal Hypnosis. And they find the link to the website, and there they can read what I do. I harmonize animals, because when we have a new animal coming in and the crowd doesn't like it, so I actually literally put them on one table and say what is necessary, that it's been harmonizing together. And you can train your animal, tell him, it's a different kind of training. You train, but also use my way of training, telling the animal why it is doing. They want to know why. Also, what's the reason why? Guide dogs, blind guiding dogs, security animals like security horses, for example, or it's a different kind. It's an addition to your normal training, because that, and when you do it with me together, the impact it has, you will imprint in your body, the body of your animal, this strong bond, which then is built through that, is something out of the ordinary, and it goes deeper than it's been possible ever before.
Perfect. Well, Maja, thank you so very much. Everybody, you have her website here. Connect with her on social media. And now I would like to once again invite everybody to please at 6 o'clock Madrid, 5 o'clock London, 9 a.m. Pacific, and 12 noon in New York. Focus 10 minutes on peace and meditate, pray peace. It matters. Maja, your quantum hypnotist, it matters, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Yes, we are one. We are one collective. And how more we come together and do this is so powerful. It just accelerates everything. We do this. This is now the time. Humanity now has come together. We have help from the outside. They stay with us. We have now come together as one, as humanity. It doesn't matter of right, left, top, bottom, colorful, white. No, whatever separates is no good. Together is the way. And that is this moment of time. Humanity has come together as mankind, as humankind.
I'll finish with that, and I'll invite everybody to join me in 2 weeks when I'm going to have an osteopathic practitioner to talk to us about rebalancing our bodies to experience perfect health. And I'll remind everyone, the Lovetarian Way, not podcast, but a show, is also broadcasting on Spiritual Psychics TV on Wednesdays bi-weekly. So next week we're going to be on Spiritual Psychics TV, and we're going to be talking to Donna Michelle, who is going to talk to us about sound healing, meditation, breathing, and we're going to answer lots of questions. So thank you, everybody. It's been fabulous, and stay well, talk to your animals, and send love and light to peace, love and light. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.